Hello, welcome to Sudoku Topology. This is puzzle B5 on the world's most cursed cube, as we have discussed previously. I kind of hate this one, shape-wise, but we seem to have some killer cages and we seem to have a white dot. So these two cells are consecutive, and we've got the sum of some of these digits. Let's see. This I know is 1, 2, 4, because that's the only way that you can make a sum to 7 in 3 digits without using repeats, which, remember, the killer cages give you the sum of the digits with no repeats. So I also know... By the way, the digits in this puzzle are 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I should also say that. These are certainly, for 1, 2, 3, 4, they're certainly not 5. Okay, so I'm curious how the 8 total interacts with the 7 total. That cell... I was hoping that there were 2 cells that saw the 7 sum, so I'd know that the 5 had to be 1, 3, 4 or something like, or sorry, the 8 had to be like 1, 3, 4, 1, 2, 5 or something. I guess both ways of making 7 actually share 2 digits in common with both ways of making 8. I don't think I've ever previously put that exactly together. So one of these two is definitely in the 8 sum somewhere. For whatever that is worth. I do know that these two are consecutive. I mean, it is worth noting that the 5 on this face goes in only 3 places, and 2 of those places mean that these are exactly a 4-5 pair. I do know there's A4 or A5 in the 8 cage for whatever that is worth. Probably not a lot immediately. The orange, I'm noticing, has to go on this face somewhere. And there aren't a lot of places where that can happen, because it can't go there or there because they share this face. It can't go there because they share the 7 cage. So it either goes there or there. See, if the 5 is 1, 4, it's going to be a little bit awkward. Just in terms of the fact that then those 1, 4s are going to have to go into the, into the 7 cage. Let's see. Okay, I think I can do without the colors. Maybe I should be coloring just for my sanity. Okay, I'm going to color the cages. So yellow is the 5 cage. Pink is the 8 cage. And cyan is the 8 cage. Okay, so I do know that these 2 digits... Oh, I've randomly yellowed this corner. I do know that these 2 digits are different, which is actually not the way the geometry of this cube often works out. Often it works out that you end up with the same digits on both sides. Uh, do those see anything in common? I guess maybe one question is it possible all four of these are different? Because I know that these two are different, and I know that these two are different. If all four of these are different, that must somehow break something, right? That doesn't sound good. It would force me to put fives in very awkward places. Because I would need to put a 5 in one of these cells, and a 5 in one of these cells. I worry I would run out of fives. I've tried at some point to like sort of, and I've worked through in my head some of the geometry of this, just sort of thinking about the like what has to repeat where or whatever. But I haven't quite sort of gotten it down to a concise thing. But having all four of these be different feels really problematic to me. Which makes me think these are going to have to be a 1-4 pair, and that's going to have to be a 1-4 pair. Is that what's probably going to happen, but I'm not sure. Okay. Well, assuredly, one of the pink digits shows up in these yellow cells, one of the digits from the 7 cage, because you cannot make a white dot without a digit from the 7 cage. And it's not one of those two digits from the 7 cage. So it's that one that shows up on this dot. So I'm going to do this in an incredibly bizarre way, and I'm going to say that one of these two cells is that 1, 2, 4. Okay, now that tells me a couple things. One of them is it tells me that this isn't a 1, because these can't be a 1, 2 pair on a face with a 1, 2, 4. So orange pink isn't a 1. So orange is the odd digit for what it's worth. And the other digit certainly isn't a 1 either. So one of these two has to be a 1, because again, I can't put a 1, 2 there. So there's a 1 in one of those two cells for whatever that's worth. These are from 2, 3, 4, 5. This digit here is actually only from 3, 5, because I know it's not on the thing over there, right? Okay, fascinating. I'm thinking about the math of this. Let's see, can I do more orange placing? Maybe that's a good thing to ask. Yeah, like where does orange go on the bottom face? I actually know orange has to go exactly there, right? Because I said one of these two is orange, so those two aren't orange, and that's orange, so those two aren't orange. So that actually has to be orange. So that is a 2 or a 4. For what it is worth. And there's only 1, 2, or 4 in a 3-cell 8 sum. And so it's either 1, 2, 5, in which case these two digits are 1, 5, or it is 1, 3, 4, in which case these digits are 1, 3. So in all cases, those digits are odd. Let's see. Oh, I suppose... Oh, no, I don't quite know yet. Let's see. Yeah, so I think one of these does have to be orange now, actually. Because if I think about it, I know that none of these cells can be orange. Because of the bottom cell. And for that matter, these two cells can't be orange. So only one of these two cells is orange, and let's just say it's that one. Well, then this one isn't orange, and so I need an orange in the center here. And likewise, if this one is orange, then that one isn't orange, and I need an orange in the center here. So one of these two is also orange. I don't know which, but one of them is orange. So this digit of the 1, 2, 4 variety strikes again. Now, can I do anything similar with this other pink digit? So the one on the opposite face of the 2, 4. So I certainly know... Actually, I don't think I know that it's not that cell, do I? I know this one isn't... So I'm not even sure I know that. Okay, well, in any case, I guess one thing I should say is that because I've said that these are from 1, 3, 5, that means one of these is definitely 1, because otherwise they would be a 3, 5 pair in the 8 cage, and this would have to be a 0. So this is a none-1 digit, which is not the biggest deduction that humankind has ever achieved, but it's got to be something. Oh, and it's not 3. Because if this was a 3, it would make this... or 5, for that matter. If this is 3 or 5, it makes this 8 cage 1, 3, 5. Well, that doesn't work. So this is a 2, 4. Oh my god, I already had that, didn't I? I already marked that this digit was orange, so I knew it was 2, 4, because I knew orange was 2, 4, right? Well... yeah. Okay. So, having profoundly proven in some really deep and interesting way that the thing that I said some minutes ago was true, we can continue. Those are both orange. Okay, so one of these is 1, and one of them is 3 or 5. And so, like, we could ask, is this the 3, 5 that shows up in the cage up here, yay or nay? I don't know, is the answer. I know that this digit is either that digit or that digit. Those are the only two ones on this face that can be that one. For whatever that is worth. Oh. This digit, I can actually place on the face that's now sort of frontish, because it can't be any of those, and it's not the 2, 4, because they're in a cage together. So I've got another digit that I can sort of color. I'm going to make this one green. That is the green 1, 2, 4. Okay, I think I'm going to get rid of the cage colors and just stick to the digit colors, maybe? I think that will be less confusing, possibly. Possibly not, we'll see. Okay, so, yes, what I marked is one of those two is orange. Okay, and we've just said that that is the green 1, 2, 4. So next to the orange 1, 2, 4, and then so there's one more 1, 2, 4 in the 7 cage, and it's that one. So we'll make that the red 1, 2, 4, and ask ourselves if there's anywhere we can place the red 1, 2, 4. Well, that cell sees a 1, 2, 4 triple in some roundabout way, because, oh, no, that's not true, sorry. It doesn't see red, necessarily. Yeah, one of these two is... That's true. I probably shouldn't use red, huh? Because red and green are problem colors. Let's make it blue. We'll turn it from red to blue. Okay, so we've got... Blue is a little bit tricky. Yeah, I still know that these aren't 1, 2. I still know that one of them is 3, 5, and one of them is the orange 2, 4. Okay, so those two now do show up on every face, though, so there's no more greens in the puzzle, for what it's worth, because every face has a green now, because they each take care of 3 faces. So that actually means that now, as soon as something sees blue and orange, now it's not 1, 2, or 4. Unfortunately, there aren't that many cells that see blue, and I already knew the cells that saw blue weren't that. I guess one of these two is blue. Oh, one of these two is orange. So the other, yeah, the other's a 1, 3, for whatever that is worth. So green... okay, well, here's the thing. Green is not in the 8 cage, so green isn't 1, because the 8 cage definitely has a 1. So green is actually the other 2, 4. And therefore, blue is 1. So blue is in the 8 cage, for whatever that is worth. I'm trying to see if there's anywhere that sees my green-orange. Yeah, so this is a 1, 3, 5, I guess is what I'm saying, because this sees green and orange. I'll get it right on the 17th try, don't worry. And this is 1, 3, 5. Okay, so one of these two is a 1 for the 8 cage. For what it's worth, those both see that cell, so that cell's not a 1. Oh, so that just places 1 on this face, huh? Because, yeah, the 2 cells in the 8 cage that could be 1 both see this cell, so that cell's not a 1. And so now where does 1 go on this top face? Well, certainly not on the white dot for multiple reasons, but the easiest of which is that that's a 1. So therefore this cell is a 1. So it's blue, I suppose, if we want to continue our coloring. Okay, and that is our 1 in the 8 cage. So that is not a 1. It's a 3, 5, and so that is a 1 and is blue. Over there. Okay, this 3, 5 pair makes this cell not a 3. So 1 has made this not a 1. Okay, this not being a 3 means this isn't a 2. And... Right, did I do that right? Yeah, right. Right, so this is not a 2 or a 1. And then this being a 3 or a 4 makes that a 1 or a 2. So it's either orange or blue is actually, I guess, what I'm really saying about this cell. Okay, and this cell is not 3 or 5 either. So this is 1, 2, or 4, and it's not 1. So this cell actually is orange, if I look at what it could be, because it's not 3 or 5, and it's not green or 1. So this just is the orange 2, 4. So that means this cell is not orange, which now means looking at this face that this cell is orange. So this is the other 3, 5. And yeah, I know I can fill that in, but I wanted to finish this first. This cell's not orange. Okay, and so that 3, 5 pair finally tells me that orange is 4. So all the oranges are 4s. That makes that the last blue, I think. It's certainly a blue, because 5 plus 1 is 4, fun fact. That's a 4. Oops, that's a 4, which makes these 2s. Now my 8 cage has a 1 and a 4 in it, so the other digit's a 3. And now that is a 3 and a 5. Very nice. I liked that one a lot. That one was very cute. It was always clear what kind of thing I was supposed to be thinking about, even if I think I maybe took a little bit long to sort of figure out how much geometry there was. But anyway, nice start to this new tier. We're now in the 5th tier. If you look, I think roughly speaking, the number here is supposed to correspond to the sort of increasing complexity, difficulty, whatever you want to say. But thanks for watching. That's all for now. Do leave a comment and a like if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you want to hang out. Especially love to see some of you at the stream, especially if you found the channel through this. I'd love to hear about it. But that's all for now. I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.